episode 3, and at the end of this bad boy, we will be done with week 12. That's right, we got 9, 10, 11, and 12 this week. Conference races are heating up. We start to get a clearer Heisman Trophy picture. Man, this episode, I say it, I feel like I say it in every single one, but it is jam-packed from start to finish, and we're going to start this bad boy on the teal turf, not the blue turf, at Coastal Carolina as they take on Southern Miss and Coach Tyler Dock. This is a big one, right? So both teams are at the top of the Sun Belt right now. The winner is basically controlling their own destiny the rest of the way. Southern Miss on the board first with a touchdown right there. You really can't overstate how important a game like this is. So it's awesome for the Golden Eagles to be up 7-0 right now, but we know what Tavian St. Clair can do. Oh my God, what a throw and catch. Locked up at 7 now. Golden Eagles back on offense. Minute 20 left in the first half. They got the ball at the 17-yard line. Cam Dyer rolling out of the pocket. Oh, he's going to get hit. He's going to deliver the pass, and they get the touchdown. That is huge right before the break. Defense trying to make one stand before halftime. Can they do it? St. Clair rolling out of the pocket. He finds his receiver that looks like Andrew Olesh, tight end in the end zone for the touchdown. Coming out of the break, two teams couldn't really score, so late third quarter, it's Olesh again on the receiving end from Tavian St. Clair to take their first lead of the ball game. Golden Eagles back on offense inside the red zone, looking to keep pace, and they would, fighting their way across the goal line. Locked back in at 21. Man, we just keep going back and forth. Shots. Tavian St. Clair finding his guy. They would add a field goal as well to go up 10 here late in the fourth quarter. Eagles trying to stay in this one, and they do. Going for 2 so they can win it with a field goal. That is interesting. Dyer, what a laser to the back of the end zone. Now they just need the onside kick. Can they get it? It is up. Oh, this is close. Oh, Coastal gets it. They win 31-29. Checking in on the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets and Coach Aiden Crowley. They're taking on number 18 Clemson in an ACC showdown. Clemson wearing their purple and making it rain. Are you kidding me with that throw and catch? That is 7 for the Tigers. Yellow Jackets responding. Amon King. Oh, he's going to throw a pick. What a bad pass. Breaking a tackle, and he is gone. Man, King is one of the most inaccurate quarterbacks I think I've ever seen in my life. 4th and 3 now for Georgia Tech. They're going to find the tight end in the flat. That is a touchdown. That'll cut into the deficit. 1-score game now. Clemson driving yet again. It just cannot stop them on the... Oh, what the... He was crossed the line. How is that not a flag? Oh, my God. He's going to score, too? That is unbelievable. The refs got it. Got a fix in, I guess. Oh, what a throw. I mean, just... I don't know if that's the right read, but it worked, I guess. 24-14 after Clemson adds another field goal. JoJo Stone fighting his way into the end zone. That is all grit. You can't teach that. 24-21 now. Clemson back inside the 10. Oh, man, he's got all day in the pocket. We got to get some pressure. Oh, the throw on the run is on the money. 10-point lead again for Clemson. Oh, what a bad throw. Oh, he caught it. Phillips with his second score of the game. 19 seconds left. Georgia Tech got the stop they needed. Now the offense needs to capitalize. Throw out is caught. Touchdown. Georgia Tech's going to pull off the upset at home. What a win for head coach Aiden Crowley and the Yellow Jackets. That is huge for ACC play down the line. Texas State taking on Troy, looking for that first victory. Ashton Bethel Roman. He's got speed and he's not getting caught. Are you serious right now? We got a Bobcat lead. Man, this Troy team is 1-6. They are not good, but they're going to have the touchdown right here. The subsequent answer to that Ashton Bethel Roman touchdown. And then Ashton Bethel Roman again. Are you serious right now? That is some serious need for speed. You're just not going to be able to catch him. 14-7. Bobcats looking to extend the lead. Got a guy open in the flat. We've got some room to work. That's going to be another touchdown. When was the last time Texas State had a double-digit lead at any point in this season? Because I don't think they have. They no longer have it. But listen, they had it at one point. Now we're in the third quarter, up 20-14. And we're going to add another one, and that's going to be Texas State's first victory of the season. Marshall got it in the last episode. Texas State gets it in this one. Nevada taking on Boise State on the blue turf, and it was all Wolfpack on that first drive, 7-0. The number 19 team in the country, by the way, but they give up the touchdown right there. 7-7 ball game now. But you've got some pretty good running backs on this team. That is Jalen Shaw, and he's going to find the end zone just too quick on his feet, taking the 7-point lead right back. 2:45 left in the first half. Boise State back inside the 10, and they're going to find the end zone yet again. After a field goal from Boise State at the end of the first half, they start the second half with another field goal to take a 6-point lead. How the tables have turned. After a Nevada field goal, they look for their second field goal as well, and they just sneak it past the right upright. Okay, we've got a tie ball game now at 20. Boise State back in the red zone. They're looking for another touchdown all the time in the world, and they will find it, taking the 7-point lead. We are just above the 2-minute mark, and that ball is going to be caught on the screen. Touchdown, Wolfpack. Wow. This one is back and forth right now. 3rd and 5 for Boise State. They're just going to try to run it here. They get stuffed. Nevada timeout. They get the ball back. They drive all the way to the 25-yard line, setting up this game-winning field goal. Nevada survives Boise. Man, that is a big win there for the Wolfpack as they look to not only win the Mountain West, but also get into the college football playoff. Missouri State, Delaware. And it was the Bears that got on the board first. That is a beautiful play action to get the guy going over top. Delaware would answer with a touchdown of their own. And then it was Josh Joyner showing off the wheels. The winner of this game puts themselves in a really good spot for the CUSA championship game. So, I mean, everything on the line here. Another field goal for Missouri State gives them a 10-point lead still in the first quarter. 4th and inches for the Blue Hens. Ball out quick to the flat, and there is nobody there except Green, and that is a Blue Hen touchdown. It is a 3-point game now. Blue Hens back with the ball on the 6-yard line, and that ball is caught. Brendan McQueen showing off his ability to get away from the defense. They take the lead 21-20, but Missouri State right back down the field. They add another score. They miss the 2-point conversion, so it's 26-21. Delaware. The give, that is a touchdown. Blue Hens. Wow, this game is going back and forth. It's like a tennis match out here. Missouri State, they're inside the 20 now. On the run. That ball is caught. What a throw. Man, that was right on the money. 34-27 now. Missouri State back on offense. Defense got a much-needed stop. And that's another score for the Bears. They take a 2-score lead. But Delaware is not going away quietly. At the 1-yard line, 3:53 left in this ball game. Touchdown, Delaware. Man, we are putting together a drive. 3rd and goal. 16 seconds left. This to tie the ball game. They get it. We are going to overtime. In the first overtime, Missouri State starting with the ball. The 10-yard line now. 3rd and goal. Fighting. He reaches. Touchdown, Bears. I'm not sure why they gave it to him. They decided to go for 2. This is very unorthodox. I don't know if I agree with this. Delaware then can win it with an extra point if they score. You have to get it if you're going to go for it. Oh, we're going to roll out of the pocket. Oh, there's nobody there. Touchdown! Or he got it. Not a touchdown. 2-point is good. That is unbelievable. 8-point ball game now, so they need to score and a 2-point. Well, they got the score part. Brendan McQueen yet again. Now it's down to the 2-point conversion. You have to get this to go to a second overtime. This is massive. Ball is out quickly at the goal line. He's in, right? Oh, my God, they didn't give it to him. Missouri State's going to win. I can't believe that he was in. Oh, my God, that is a ref job of the century. Wow. As we take a look at some of the other scores from Week 9, Oregon survives a trip to Maryland. Man, College Park, sometimes it can catch up. 35-27. Nebraska gave Washington everything they could handle, but unable to come away with a victory there. Big win there for the Huskies. Kentucky continues to dominate SEC play. 45-14 big win over Missouri. Arkansas, win column. That's a nice win over a Vanderbilt team that's floundering a little bit, 29-24. I mean, Air Force just had their way with Utah State. Unfortunate for Coach Eric Taylor and the Aggies, but it just continues to spiral. They lose 35-6. Purdue goes into East Lansing and hands the Spartans a big can of L, 52-34. Marshall gets blanked by Old Dominion, 49-0. That's a tough loss for Coach P. Rizzi and the boys. Ohio, I mean, are we shocked? 33-point victory over Eastern Michigan. They just run the MAC conference at this point. Notre Dame, big win over Navy. That rivalry game is, we know the result of that every single time they square up. 57-3 is the final, though. Let's head on to week number 10. And in week 10, we see Delaware again. So Jacksonville State right now is undefeated in Conference USA. They and Middle Tennessee State share that moniker. If Delaware is able to beat Jacksonville State, Missouri State now is in the driver's seat. They control their own destiny. So this game is huge. Tied at 7, but not for long. Blue Hens find the end zone to go up 14-7. Third and goal now for the Jacksonville State offense. 4:11 left. Jaden Davis dropping back to pass. I thought he was going to get sacked. He gets out of it, and he finds his receiver in the end zone for a touchdown. 2 field goals later, and Jacksonville State has a 6-point lead, but the Blue Hens QB sneak their way into the end zone to take it right back. 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Third and goal. Oh, that was just too easy for the Gamecock offense. They don't get the 2-point conversion, so it's a 5-point ball game. Blue Hens find the end zone yet again. They go for 2. They don't get it, so it's a 1-point ball game. 27-26. Defense needs to step up and make a play here. They give up the touchdown. Okay, that's probably, they were in field goal range. That's probably the right call. Facing 4th and 28. Clock is moving. Just got to chuck up and pray. Brendan McQueen is on the other side of this one. Oh, my God, he catches it. That guy is unbelievable. 15 seconds left. Clock is ticking. Ball out quickly. Oh, the check down. I don't like it. No timeouts. We got to get on the ball. Go, 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 go. 8 seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, we get it off. It's a run play. What are we doing? Oh, no. We get stopped. Oh, wow. What a way to lose. Ouch. Delaware. Unfortunate. So for Missouri State, they just got to win and to hope Jacksonville State eventually drops one. They start off great there with the QB sneak touchdown. 6-3 on this season, so they are up to bowl eligibility already. That's nice to see. And this UTEP team, 3-5, not very good towards the bottom of the standings. But they now have a 10-7 lead as we enter the second quarter. They are looking to build on that right now, and that's exactly what they would do, fighting into the end zone to take a 10-point advantage. Okay, they're back inside the 10. I don't love where this is going. That looks like the same exact play they ran the last time they were in this situation. It results in a touchdown again. Bears facing a 17-point deficit. Got to slowly chip away. This run will help. 10-point ball game. Oh, we go for 2. Okay, so it's a 9-point ball game. I don't know exactly why we did that, but we did. Can we get the stops needed, though? Doesn't look like it. That is a UTEP touchdown. Miners on top, 31-15. 2nd and 7 here for Missouri State. He's got a guy open underneath. Oh, and he's got some speed. Wow, UTEP is not going to catch him. Okay. This time the 2-point conversion fails, so it's 31-21, still a 10-point ball game. And UTEP is going to find a receiver over the middle, and he's going to break a tackle and find the end zone. And unfortunately for Missouri State, they might have just sealed their fate in Conference USA. Nevada taking on number 17, Arizona State. This is a top 20 matchup. This is a big one, and Greg Burrell knows it. That guy is unbelievably fast. He's going to find himself in the Heisman Trophy conversation here pretty soon. Burrell again off tackle. Makes a man miss. Oh my God, dragging guys into the end zone. That's his 2nd score of the game. This dude is unbelievable. Arizona State's not covering the slot receiver. Ball out quick, and that is a Wolfpack touchdown. They take an 18-point lead here early in this one. 47 seconds left in the half, and Burrell fighting the end zone for the 3rd time before the break. Are you serious right now? Burrell again in the backfield. Oh, what a cut. Are you kidding me? That is 4 of them, and Nevada dominates number 17, Arizona State, 59-10. Utah State is 3-5 and coming off a loss, but don't tell that to Bobby Gay because he gets the safety right there. Essentially, they need to win 3 of their next 4 games in order to get to bowl eligibility. They start off 8-0. They tried to go for 2 to go up 10-0. I get that. The math checks out there. Doesn't work, but that does. 15-0 now. And they're looking to score again. Man, this is quite the beatdown here for the Aggies. They're taking their time, letting it chew off the clock, and he's going to find the end zone. Okay, 4-5 now, 2 more. Magic number is 2 for Utah State to get to bowl eligibility. Georgia Tech taking on Stanford here. This is not a huge matchup. Stanford's 2-6 on this season, but they find the end zone. Now they're up 10-0. Uh-oh. Start to, get to clench time here in Atlanta. Oh, that's a beautiful throw from Alon King, finding the end zone You just got to stick the ball over, right? Just the nose of the ball has got to cross the plane. Oh, broken tackle. Oh, my God, more broken tackles. Oh, my God, the Cardinals are going to score. Yo, Coach Crowley, what are we doing on defense? Are we doing any tackling drills? Because it doesn't seem like it. Good thing is that the Yellow Jackets offense knows how to drive back down the field. King rolling out of the pocket, and it looks like he's just going to do it himself. Showing off the legs. 3-point game as we go into halftime. Defense forces a field goal out of the break, and King's going to find his tight end in the flat. Phillips, you're not catching him in the open field. Georgia Tech on top for the first time today, 21-20. But Stanford would add another field goal. Hey, shout out to defense for getting those stops. And we're going back to Phillips again. He out-leverages the two defenders, and that is another Yellow Jackets touchdown to the tight end. Good God, they love targeting him, and for good reason. 28-23 now, King. Oh, he's rolling out of the pocket. Are they going to catch him? What are they doing? There's nobody there for him. Oh, my God, he's going to score. Oh, my God, I'm on King. Are you kidding me? 65 yards to the crib, and Georgia Tech's going to find a way to pull this one out. 38-30, that is big. For this ACC conference, man, they're putting themselves in a good position to potentially win that thing. I'm just saying. LSU and Arkansas, this is a big one as well. Top 25 matchup, top 10 LSU coming into Fayetteville, and it was the Razorbacks that answered second. LSU now down 7-10, but they are driving on the 25 of Arkansas. Oh my God, that ball is out. Oh my God, we're gonna get a return. Scoop and score. 40, 35, 30, 30, 25, 10, 10, 10, 5, touchdown, bang, Razorbacks, let's go. Woo, Pig Suey. Come on now. Defense came to play after that first drive because we're ready to go again, extending this lead, and that's exactly what we're going to do. That throw was on the money. 40 seconds left in the first half, though. Looks like LSU is going to add to their lead, and they would. That is some good effort to get into the end zone. 10 seconds left. What? Why? Just run the clock out. What are we doing? Lindsey, oh, no. Oh, my God, he's hit as he thrown. Oh, my God, this ball's getting taken back. What a disastrous end to the half. 14 points for LSU just like that, and they're going in to the break down just 4 points, and they're going to score right away. Oh, my God, they scored with less than a minute in the second half. They now lead 30-24 after adding a field goal. Arkansas, the fans, they have no idea what's going on right now, but the Razorbacks answer back. We are up 31-30 now, 4th and 6. LSU got a deep field goal here. They're going to kick it right through the uprights. That's a 47-yarder. That's not easy, but they get it. What we got now, 33-31, 4th and 11. Why are we going for this? Just punt the ball. What are we doing? Oh, it's broken up. Oh, my God. Surely LSU is going to make them pay here. Yep, that's exactly what happens, and the Tigers pull off the victory, 40-31. That is just a brutal way to lose that game. Elsewhere in Week 10, Washington marches into Columbus and beats the piss out of Ohio State, 42-13. That's a big win for them there. Kentucky with a massive win over rival Tennessee. Neyland is nothing for the Wildcats, 44-7. Coach Mike Roth owns the Tennessee Volunteers. What we got? Georgia State, Texas State. That was listen, the Texas State offense scored a lot of points, but the defense also gave up a lot of points. So a tough loss there. Southern Miss continues to win. This time they beat Georgia Southern 43-21. Oregon, massive win over Illinois 55-3. Fighting Illini just had no chance to beat the Ducks in that game. Just from the start, they got pummeled. So App State did the same thing to Marshall, 44-7. Hey, look at that. Coach Mike Roth's old team won 44-7 in Week 10. That's pretty cool, eh? Little sports there for you. Middle Tennessee with a big win over Sam Houston, winning by 50, 63-13. Pitt, no match for Notre Dame in that offense, 77-49 your final there. Coastal Carolina putting up 72 on that Troy team that has not played well recently. Only scored, they did score 23 points, but we do know that defense is not very good. And then in his first game back, head coach Noah Caffin just beat the brakes off of Cincinnati, 70-17. That thing was like 49-0 or 42-0 in the first half. It's just unbelievable. It comes back and everything is clicking. I would watch out for the Baylor Bears if they can maybe get something going here the rest of the way. They could be very dangerous. So before we get into Week 11, we are going to look at the conference standings. Listen, we're getting down to the nitty-gritty. It is imperative that teams win the games in front of them to control their own destiny to get to their conference championship game, because that is ultimately going to control what happens with the college football playoff, which we'll take a look at here in a second. You'll also see the rankings on the side for all of the teams. So obviously in the ACC, you're looking at it right now, Miami and Georgia Tech. So Coach Aiden Crowley is in a really good spot here in the ACC with a win over number 8 Duke already. The Blue Devils are 9-1. They carry that 5-1 conference record. So as long as Coach Crowley wins out, Georgia Tech's in a really good spot. Here is Miami's rest of schedule. They play Virginia Tech. They also play Duke, which could create a weird 3-way tie. I still think Coach Crowley is okay in that situation. And then they also play Pitt. When you're looking at Georgia Tech's rest of schedule, they have Louisville, SMU, and Georgia. So these are the only 2 games that matter for that specific purpose. But then obviously their in-state rival Georgia in the last week of the season. So as long as they can handle Louisville and SMU in these next 2 weeks, they will be in the ACC championship game. So that's a big one right there. Getting that auto bid. We'll look at the rest of the conferences, but this is going to be tough. So as we move on to the Big 12, it is Colorado and it is Baylor right now. The Baylor Bears, as you will see in a little bit, they got a massive win over Cincinnati. That game has already been played this week. But really it comes down to those teams and then whatever happens with Arizona State. So Arizona State, I don't believe, has already played Baylor, and that was one of their losses. So Baylor's in a really good spot there. They play Colorado this week, so that's actually a very big game. If Arizona State's able to win it, then we're talking about Baylor and Arizona State playing each other in the Big 12 title game. Regardless of what happens, I think you have to feel pretty good about Baylor's opportunity. They play Kansas as their last game to win the Big 12. They feel like they're the best team in the conference. Just based off of what we've seen so far, although it hasn't been much because Coach Cavan has been out on leave. He's been banging. He's been banging, but don't tell him I told you that. And then we go to the Big Ten. It is a 4-team race right now. We've got Michigan, we've got Oregon, we've got USC, and then we've got Washington. So Purdue plays USC this week. That game will be coming to you. Do not worry about that. If Purdue is able to upset the Trojans, USC would then fall out of this top 3-team race. And then it would be Michigan, Oregon, and Washington. Michigan, their last 2 games of the season, or last 3 games of the season, are Penn State, Iowa, and Ohio State, all on the road. If there's a chance to slip up, it is definitely in this stretch of games, especially this Ohio State team that is loaded with talent. They are higher overall. So I'm not saying anything's for certain, but we could be getting a rematch of Oregon and Washington in the Big Ten championship game, with a spot in the college football playoff on the line, potentially, depending on what happens the rest of the way. In Conference USA, all Middle Tennessee has to do this week is win, and they're in. Same with Jacksonville State. The only team with an outside shot, an outside looking in with a chance, is the Missouri State Bears. And they have Liberty and Kennesaw State. And so then what would need to happen then is one of these 2 teams to lose out. So if Middle Tennessee loses out, if Jacksonville State loses out, then Missouri State would have a chance. Unfortunately, I don't think that's going to happen. So you can pretty much book it right now. These 2 teams will be your Conference USA championship game for a 4th straight season. New coaches for both of them, or at least new coaches for Middle Tennessee. Jacksonville State got their new coach last year. 4 straight times in the Conference USA championship game. It is wild how that happens. Who did Jacksonville State lose to? They lost to Buffalo this season, but they have dominated everybody in Conference USA play. And then we will go and look at the MAC Conference, which is Ohio and Ohio alone. They have beaten Toledo, so I think they're in a pretty good spot. I don't think they play Ball State. Yeah, they don't play Ball State. So I would imagine Ohio is pretty much locked in if they win this next game. Ball State could give them some trouble if they play Toledo. No, they already lost to Toledo. So I believe Ohio comes out on top there because of common conference opponent. Ohio's just got to win 1 more, and then I believe they are clinched. Maybe it's 2 or 1 and a couple of losses. I think 2 is their magic number. So if they can get any combination of 2 wins or 2 losses from either Toledo or Ball State, they are in the conference championship game. Clinched, and let's be honest, nobody's going to compete with them. They are by far and away the best team in this conference, and It's really Toledo's up second. Everybody else has a negative margin of victory besides the UMass. In the Mountain West, it is Nevada and San Diego State, with Colorado State knocking on the door. Really, these are your two best teams in the conference. Nevada, I believe, just needs... Do they play Colorado State? They do. So really it comes down to this game in Week 12. If Colorado State is able to win their game in Week 11, all Nevada has to do is beat them this week, and they've clinched a spot in the Mountain West title game, and they will play San Diego State. Unless San Diego State has an epic collapse here at the end of the season, they play Wyoming, Utah State, and Hawaii. I can't imagine that be the case. Wyoming's bad. Hawaii's kind of solid. So you never know with Coach Taylor and Utah State what will happen. So maybe there's a chance, but I highly doubt it. I would expect to see San Diego State and Nevada in the Mountain West title game. Nobody in the Pac-12. In the SEC, it's Kentucky, and then whoever decides they want to finish in second place. Right now, it's looking like Ole Miss. LSU is not out of the question, though. Did they play Ole Miss? They lost to Ole Miss. So yeah, it's pretty much Ole Miss and Kentucky at this point. Ole Miss has Arkansas this week, UConn, and then Mississippi State. Now, if they lose to Arkansas, let's say Arkansas pulls off the upset, Arkansas moves to 4-2. Ole Miss is now 5-2. Arkansas's got one more game, and this would create quite the scenario where I think they would just go by college football playoff. So if they're able to win this week against Ole Miss, they probably have their two easier games of the season in South Carolina and Missouri. The schedule has been a gauntlet for the Razorbacks. So if they win out, look at all the other teams with two losses. Then Ole Miss would have two losses. Alabama would have two losses. LSU, two losses. They're not dead yet, is what I'm trying to say. However, Kentucky has clinched the SEC title game. There is no way they will not be in it at this point at 8-1. So congratulations to Coach Mike Roth on his fourth consecutive conference championship appearance, this time in a completely different conference. So he graduated from the Sun Belt and just said, okay, we'll win the SEC. Speaking of the Sun Belt, barring a collapse of epic proportions from Coastal Carolina, they will be one of the representatives in the conference title game. Now, the rest of the schedule is very easy as well. I mean, Georgia State, I don't want to call them easy. We've seen what they've done to them in the past. UL Monroe should be a fairly easy win, as should Texas State. Those two teams are towards the bottom of the conference. Actually, ULM is a little bit higher than I thought. But really, it comes down to that second spot in the conference. There are four teams that are 4-1 in the conference, Georgia State being one of them. And we'll take a look at Georgia State's schedule the rest of the way. So obviously, they play Coastal this week. They also play App State. And then they also play James Madison. So they're going to have to win both of these games if they want a shot. Now, the likelihood is that they probably lose both of them and knocks themselves out of the race. Now, if they split with Coastal and App State, that means App State also has 2 losses. Georgia State has 2 losses. Well, then it's down to Old Dominion and Southern Miss. And I don't know if those teams play each other. They don't. So that could breed an interesting scenario where we then look at common opponent, and that could get into a world of hurt because I think they would have the same, and then it would go by the CFP. And Old Dominion 8-1 is probably ahead of Southern Miss, but really, who knows? Old Dominion's rest of their schedule is James Madison, South Alabama, Louisiana, and then ULM. I mean, really, who's to say what's going to happen in these last couple of games? 2 of them are on the road, 1 of them at home. We could be seeing Coastal Southern Miss rematch. We could be seeing Coastal App State. We could be seeing Coastal Old Dominion. We could be seeing Coastal Georgia State if Coastal somehow loses to Georgia State, and then they may not even make it. So, I mean, really, the jury is still out. So as we go and take a look at the college football bracket, you kind of give you a good idea of who's in it right now. Michigan, Ole Miss, Kentucky, and Notre Dame get your buys as your top 4 seeds. And then it goes number 5, USC, number 6, Oregon, number 7, LSU, number 8, Duke, number 9, Miami, number 10, UCLA, 11, Ohio, and then number 12, Middle Tennessee. So really what it comes down to here is we talked about the conference races. That's going to matter a lot. But you see 4 Big Ten teams right now, and there's one team that is in the league that is not in the picture. Same with the ACC when we talk about Georgia Tech. If they're able to upset Miami likely falls out of the top 12. Could that result in a bid steal? Not really a bid steal, but could that result in Georgia Tech getting in the playoff? Well, when you look, you see Michigan as the Big Ten rep. You see Ole Miss and or Kentucky as the SEC rep. Just take your pick. So that's 2 of the 5 spots. Where am I going with this? Miami. They would be the 3rd one. So that would be the ACC. But if Georgia Tech is able to win that, right, that's where we get into. Because what you don't see right now in the top 12 is a Big 12 representative. That means that we're getting 2 Group of 5 schools in. Ohio and Middle Tennessee, that's where those guys come in. So I know that wasn't exactly the best way to describe it, but I usually do better if I can see the top 25. And so we'll go and look at the top 25. So here we finally are. So Kentucky is one of your representatives, more than likely. Michigan and or USC, Oregon. Washington winning would throw a complete wrench into the plans because right now, Washington is 16th. They would be because you talk about Nevada winning the Mountain West, they would be the 7th highest rated conference champion at that point. So we have 3 Group of 5s. If Georgia Tech is able to win, right now we have 3 Group of 5s ranked ahead of both Washington and Georgia Tech. Really, there's a 4th one with Coastal Carolina and the Sun Belt being above Georgia Tech. So this is going to be a wild end of this season. The next couple of weeks are going to be insane. So we'll see weeks 11 and 12 in this video, and then we'll do the final regular season week of the season in 13, I think is the last one, where we'll kind of lay it all on the table, right? Who is in the conference championship games? What does it look like for the college football playoff? Because right now, this is a complete and utter mess. I mean, Alabama is the odd one out because Middle Tennessee would jump them. But you also have Toledo right here at 14. They're likely going to play Ohio again in the MAC championship game. What if they beat Ohio the second time around and they're a 12-1, champ already, in that bubble range? This is going to be wild. I promise you that. So let's, without further ado, let's get into this Week 11 action to see how things shake out. So like we talked about, this Arkansas-Ole Miss game is huge. Not only is Ole Miss number 2 in the country, but this Arkansas team needs to beat them to have an outside shot at the SEC title game. And they would do just that by getting up 7-0 early. Oh, but they give up the touchdown right there. I don't know if I agree with that call. I'd like a review on that one. It looks like we're not going to get it, but Arkansas is not going to let that deter them from scoring again, adding to their lead, going up 14-7. But Ole Miss finds himself back inside the 10 first and goal from the 5, and that is just as easy as it gets right there. 14 all now. Arkansas back inside the 5 again. Touchdown. I mean, we are just driving down the field and scoring touchdowns. That just seems to be what this game is. Wide open tight end touchdown. Arkansas 2-score lead now. It looks like Ole Miss is going to try and keep pace. I don't know if they'll be able to. Oh, he breaks a tackle. Oh my God, what a run! What a run from the Rebs. But Arkansas adds a field goal to keep the 10-point lead, and then they're going to add a touchdown, and they're going to win 38-28 over the number 2 team in the nation. That is a big, big win there. It's going to shake some things up in the SEC. And overall, USC and Purdue, this is big for both the playoff and the Big Ten. Right now, we've got a 3-4-way team race for the Big Ten, and it's USC, Washington, Oregon, and Michigan. If USC loses this game, they are virtually out of that running and will have a tougher shot at the college football playoff. Purdue now up 14-7, looking to score again. We were in the third quarter, about halfway through, and it's Braden. No, it's Jace Clarizio in the backfield, and he's going to find the end zone, taking a 14-point lead. And they've got the ball in the, oh my God, they're going to do it again. Jace Clarizio puts his head down and fights for the score, 28-14 after USC answers with a touchdown. Then Clarizio says, bro, I don't care. Get out of here. 35-14, walked them down. That is a massive Boilermaker win. Now Washington taking on Illinois, and it's the Fighting Illini coming off that 55-3 loss that score first, go up 7-0. Washington looking for an answer. James Sylvan underneath, making a man miss, and he's going to find the end zone, tying this thing back up at 7. So some inside baseball here. Michigan has lost to Penn State, meaning that if Washington wins this, they control their own destiny the rest of the way for the Big Ten title game. That touchdown from Makari Bodeford right there puts them back in the lead. But right before the break, Illinois finds the end zone to take the lead back. They're up by 3. Herschel Turner finds the end zone. I mean, we're just back and forth, 21-20. Illinois adds a field goal. They're going to go for another one, and this one is true. They take the 2-point lead here with just a few minutes left. Now 2 minutes left in this ball game. Handoff to Bodeford, and he's going to score. Washington back on top, 28-23. But Illinois driving late, 30 seconds left. They're out of timeouts, march down the field. They need to score here, and they do. High pointing the ball, scoring the touchdown, taking the lead. Only 26 seconds left. They have 2 timeouts, Washington does. They just need to get into field goal range, and Raheem Wright might score and not even worry about it. Oh, he gets taken down at the 18. And this is going to set up an easy Washington field goal. You just got to be ice. And that one is through. Wow, Washington survives a scare against a not great Illinois team. Baylor, on the other hand, coming off that big win, trying to maintain momentum, and that's exactly what would happen against this TCU team. Just no match. The speed was different in Waco today. Oh my God, the punter looking stupid. I mean, he needs to get a map. Where are you going? Shout out Chris Smoove. Now 14-3. Baylor, the third one. This is a weird time for goal line formation. That went out quick to the tight end. And if you're going to run man coverage there, you got to be wary of a pick play. They got picked, and that is gone. Baylor extending their lead to 18. This is just a massacre at this point. Well, not so much. It's just 11 points. Toss out. That's a nice sweep. That's a nice touchdown. 28-10 for the Bears now. Horned Frogs answer, but Baylor is back inside the 5, and they're going to find the end zone for like a 15th time this game. 35-17 now. Baylor touchdown. 42-17 your final. Man, these Bears, man, you better watch out for them. Don't let them get in the dance, because if they do, watch out. Utah State. We talked about the fact that they needed to win some of these ball games. They're 4-5. They need to. Magic number is 2 with 3 remaining. Can they get there? Well, it certainly looks like it based off the early returns on this one. 14-0 still in the first quarter against San Jose State. Gabe Dickey motions his running back out to the sideline, and it looks like he's going to give him a shot one-on-one. On the run! Are you kidding me? That is the throw of the century. Holy shit. Wow. That was a 50-yard throw on a dime on the run. Are you kidding me? In the breadbasket, Gabe Dickey. Gabe Dickey, okay. Oh, way to break a tackle. Show off some of that strength. 28-0. Get out of here, baby. Come on now. This is an Aggie win. Eric Taylor says, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Just one more win for bowl eligibility. I didn't think it was possible. Now let's talk about the Heisman race. So we've already seen Greg Burrell this episode. He is in that running as well. What we haven't talked about, because they've just been dominating everybody, is Quentin Martin Jr., transfer from Penn State, speed demon. Let me tell you what. He is unbelievable. So he scores his first touchdown there. He's going to score his second touchdown here, another receiving touchdown. You might not think, how can this guy score? They've got 3 guys in pursuit, because he's just faster than them. He is just so much faster than they are. They have no shot at catching him. So he's got 2 already. And I can tell you right now, he's going to get a third right here. It's like, how does he not get tackled? These pursuit angles are unbelievable, and they still aren't enough. So he's got 3 touchdowns already. I mean, it certainly looks like he's going to get another one. Oh my God, the speed, acceleration, and agility to make that play work. Guy is not human. He's just not human. So that's 4, and this is going to be a 5th. This is just an unbelievable performance from one of the best running backs in the entire country. Don't tell me he's not done. He's going to score another one? Surely not. Oh, yeah, I mean, just, what are we doing? Western Michigan has no answers for this guy. He just massacred them. The other guy, obviously, is Jonathan Taylor, back-to-back Heisman Trophy winner. He's looking for his 3rd straight, the first to ever do so. He's going to get his first score right there, and then obviously we're going to look for him again up 14-3, and that is an interesting strategy to just not even cover him. I probably wouldn't recommend that, so he's got 2 already. Can he get a 3rd? I mean, again, why are we not covering 87? That is 3 touchdowns for Taylor. That is 6 for Quentin Martin. As you can see, both of their teams come out victorious pretty substantially, I'd say. Georgia State, no match for Coastal Carolina and that offense. They win 65-10. Nevada beats this New Mexico team 38-22. Lobos drop 2 in a row. Georgia Tech marches to Louisville and is able to pick up a win there. 34-25. That is another big performance for the Yellow Jackets. Missouri State bouncing back in a big way with a massive win over Liberty, 56-27. Delaware beats out Western Kentucky 35-28. Still a solid team left over from Coach Chuck Downfield. Middle Tennessee 63-17 whooping on Louisiana Tech. Marshall unable to come away with the victory against Louisiana. They were so close. Had a lead at multiple points in that game, but unable to finish it. Oregon with a 2-touchdown win over Rutgers. Score a little bit closer than the game actually was, but Oregon just couldn't really never pull away. Shout out to Rutgers for putting up a valiant effort on the road in Eugene. Kentucky, I mean, that Florida team is I believe, top 15 team in the country. They were maybe 18th, but that was just a dominant win from the Wildcats. They got up early in that one, and they just kind of took their foot off the gas. Texas State continues to lose. The Troy win was awesome, but now lost 2 games since that W. I really have no idea where this goes. Speaking of Troy, they lose their 4th straight to a user, 31-21. Now let's move on to week number 12, our final week in this episode. And we're going to start with a pretty big one. So right now, Middle Tennessee, they are in the college football playoff if they can win out. They're going to have to beat a top 25 Purdue team that's looking to play spoiler to do so. Number 24, Boilermakers down 7-3. Braden Trimble, who was in the Heisman Trophy race for a little bit, got hurt, came back, and then put himself back in it. I mean, he's just an unbelievable player. His ability to do things in the pass and the run game is truly remarkable. So is this guy, Corey Smith, the phenom tight end that we've just found out this year. I mean, he did not play much at all last season. He adds to the lead, now up 17-7 over the number 12 team in the country. Back in the red zone, and guess who? Corey Smith again. I mean, he just made all his money, but that's not Corey Smith. That's the backup tight end. Doesn't matter because it's 24-7. Boilermakers on top. Coming out of the break, though, Middle Tennessee able to find the end zone there, cut this thing to 10. Middle Tennessee gets the stop. Blue Raiders on offense, and Austin Clemens is going to show off some speed. He doesn't have game-breaking speed, but he's got enough there. We got ourselves a 3-point ball game all of a sudden. Purdue adding a field goal, though, to make it 6 points, so you need a touchdown in order to take the lead. And that throw and catch is exactly what the doctor ordered. That's either Warren Cantwell or Lincoln Kier. I'm not entirely sure. 28-27 now. Purdue. Goal? What? That's an interesting call on the 2-yard line. Oh, my God, it worked! I thought for sure that was going to be a dead play. Dead on arrival type play. No, it didn't. Just made some plays. Clemens. Oh, my God, he got hit sticks. Pick it up. Oh, my God, no way. Holy shit. Middle Tennessee's going to score off that? Are you kidding me? 16 seconds left. This game is off the rails, pun intended. Oh, my God, Purdue scores. Okay, Boilermakers back on top. This is, I genuinely have no idea what to do at this point. My mind is racing. I'm very confused. And Julian Duggar is going to try a Hail Mary to save this season. That ball is caught. Oh, no, he's out of bounds. Oh, no, and Middle Tennessee is wiped away from playoff contention. Oh, my God. And Quentin Martin is still scoring touchdowns. He's too fast for the MAC. He's just too fast for MAC opponents. That it is that simple. Of course, we're going to check on him again. He's leading the Heisman race right now. Baylor's on a bye week this week, so it's his chance to extend. That was his 3rd touchdown right there, and then he's going to score another one right here. Oh, my God, go up and over them, kid. Holy hell, that was awesome. What a performance from him. Big win there for the Bobcats over Akron. San Diego State is looking to end Utah State's winning streak. They're going to have to play really good football to do so, but Gabe Dickey says, I'm going to use my legs to score. You're not going to stop me. I'm using my legs to score. This is a top 25 team, 8-2 San Diego State. They're looking at an outside shot to make the college football playoff if they can possibly win the Mountain West. So we'll see. But they need to beat Utah State. Just like Utah State needs to beat San Diego State in order to get to bowl eligibility. And Gabe Dickey is literally putting the team on his back right now. He's got both scores for them. San Diego State back on offense. Matt Zollers is a Heisman candidate as well, but he sure as shit didn't look like it today. What an interception from the Utah State corner. And listen, If you didn't realize after the first two that he was going to beat you with his legs, maybe now it's time you put a spy on him, because that's 3 rushing touchdowns for the 3-star quarterback that is now a phenom in the Mountain West. There's Zollers, okay. Okay, so we're now seeing some of the Heisman-ness of the quarterback. 21-14 as we enter the second half now. Zoller's going to try and show off the arm, add to his stats. Oh my God, he got picked again. That's 2 interceptions of a Heisman candidate for Utah State. I'm sure if I told you that at the beginning of the season, you would not believe me. Guess what? 2-touchdown lead for the Aggies. This is real all of a sudden. What do you have, defense? Get a stop. Give me one. Give me one, defense. Zollers. Oh, he sneaks his way into the end zone. I don't know if he got there. Now 4th and 6. This is big. This is massive. This gets the ball back for the Aggies. Utah State defense, make a play. Make a play. They did. Let's go. 1 first down ends it. Give it to me. 3rd and 5. Minute 43. They need it. They need it. Oh, they bring a blitz. Utah State. Oh, they got it. Let's go. Let's go, Coach Eric Taylor. We're going bowling. We beat a top 25 team. Hallelujah. Come on now. Let's go. Washington, because of the Michigan loss, they punched their ticket to the Big Ten title game with a win here. They score right there to go up 14-0. Now they just need the defense to hold strong here in the red zone. But Minnesota's got other plans. Touchdown Gophers. Okay, so we got a 7-point ball game once again. Iosefalapu, what a bullet across the middle to James Sylvan to extend the lead yet again. Now the give to Herschel Turner. He's going to find the end zone. 21-point lead now as Washington inching closer to clinching that trip and potentially a rematch with their rival Oregon. Maybe get some revenge in that game. But you're going to have to stop this Gopher offense. They find the end zone yet again, cut into the deficit. This would almost do it here. Herschel Turner finds it. He's got it. 3-score lead again, excuse me. And this one, if he score here, I mean, it is over. There is no way they come back for it. Turner again. It's a lot of touchdowns for the guy. I think it's 4 touchdowns for him on the day as Washington wins 42-14 and punches their ticket to the Big Ten title game. Coastal Carolina taking on ULM. Tavian St. Clair we're at the 30-yard line now. We started at the 4. What are we doing? Oh, okay, yeah, we're just scoring a touchdown. Clearly, he is too good for this level of competition. I mean, just unbelievable. Whoop! Okay, gone again. I mean, just this Coastal team looks like they're playing a different sport than everybody else in the Sun Belt besides Southern Miss. That's simply what it looks like. Every single time I watch them play, it's like, oh, yep, 40-point win, 30-point win, 50-point win. Tavian St. Clair just doing whatever he wants. I mean, just are we kidding? QB Reed goes for 65 yards. Okay, yeah, sure. I mean, I can't believe ULM scored. That was unbelievable. Also, let's talk about how they fired Hugh Janis and got better. Or not fired. He left for Kansas, and the team got better. I really don't know. Oh, my God, what a throw from Tavian St. Clair. A little late, but it's still a phenomenal throw. They win 77-35. And the Sean's playing some good football. I mean, maybe they make the dance. How about that? You know, have we talked about Coastal Carolina in the college football playoff? Marshall and Texas State, 2 of the worst teams in the country. Both of them beat Troy. Both of them looking for win number 2. And that throw was pretty much the epitome of this offense for Texas State. Just have no idea where to go with the football, what to do. Well, they had an idea there, and that's going to end in a touchdown. We're back at 7. It's essentially a 0-0 ball game. She didn't cut the tape. What are we doing? Oh, what? I mean, just bad angles. That's piss poor coaching right there. I mean, bad pursuit. Bad lanes. I don't know what else you want me to say. What I will say is 7 for Marshall. Thundering Herd on top. 14-7. The Bobcats are looking to stay with these guys. I mean, listen, we know this Marshall team can score points. Oh yeah, that's a touchdown. You can't. That's a linebacker. Looks like a linebacker. Maybe safety. I don't know. Who wears 48 that doesn't play linebacker? If we're being honest. So we're tied up at 14. Texas State with the ball again. That throw underneath is caught, and that's a touchdown. So 21-14 now as Texas State takes their first lead of the ball game. But Thundering Herd thundering back down the field, and we're knotted up again. 21-all. This is literally a tennis match. We got love. We've got advantage. That's actually a really good throw. I'm a little bit surprised by that throw after the first one we saw in this game. 4th and goal for Marshall. They answer. They capitalize on it. They get it. Whatever you want to say. It is now tied up at 28. Defense makes a stand. Offense It gives them everything they could have asked for and more. That's a lead, baby. First one in a while for the Thundering Herd, and they're going to add to it again. Fullback dive up the gut, in your face, smash mouth football. What do you have for me, Texas State? You need 2 scores. You need a stop and score. Or score, stop, score. That's what we need. Well, we got the scores. So I just need a stop and a score. I'm going to tell you right now, they're not going to get the stop. Why? Because Thundering Herd, fullback dive, bang again. You can't stop it. Sorry, you got to get off the tracks, baby. Marshall with their second win of the season, 49-35. Other Week 12 scores, Delaware beats Hawaii 37-24. That is a long trip for the Rainbow Warriors. I hope Delaware paid them well. Georgia Tech with a big win over SMU, 42-17. And we've got some stuff happening over in the ACC where Georgia Tech is pretty much in this thing. They've got a shot at the college football playoff. This is for real stuff. Very cool stuff happening in Atlanta right now, and this win furthers that agenda. Nevada does the same thing, 52-17 over Colorado State. That's a team that they beat 3 times last year, if you remember. Just no answers the Rams have for the Wolfpack. Southern Miss, hey, listen, it was an 18-point win, held Arkansas State to 10. They got in, did their business, got out. Nice, quick, and easy. Missouri State wins 34-20 over Kennesaw State. They get to bowl eligibility, so we're going to see them in a bowl game. That'll be fun. Penn State just tried to go into Autzen and pull off an upset, and they got shown the door pretty quickly. 35-14 your final on that one. And then Arkansas State playing another close game, because why not? This one against South Carolina, 42-37. Still alive for the SEC title game, and in fact, all they need is an LSU loss at any point in Week 12 or 13. I don't believe they got it in Week 12, so we'll have to go to Week 13 to find out. That will do it for episode 3 of season 4, your weeks 9 through 12 episode. So in the next episode, it'll be pretty simple. We'll see week 13. We'll see conference championship week, and then we'll see bowl season and college football playoff games, and then we'll be done. We will have season 4 wrapped up in 4 episodes. It's kind of crazy how that works. I feel like timeline-wise, it was about a month. I mean, we kind of flew through this season, so it's a little bit different than it has been the past couple of seasons that we've done, simply because of Christmas break. Guys that were still, in college had a lot of time. They because of that Christmas break that they don't normally have, and so we were able to get through some weeks and days. That's 18 people really, because we did have to sim some games. That's 18 people playing one game in a day. Now, it helped that we had a lot of CPU games as well towards the end of the season, so we were able to fly through in the college football playoff. I already know who's in the playoff, so I'm going to try not to spoil that for you. But the next episode should be out, actually. I would imagine give it a couple of weeks, maybe a week and a half, simply because we're in the playoff. We haven't finished it yet, so give it a little bit of time there. It's awesome. Week 13 was fun. Conference championships were fun. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, give it a like. Maybe consider hitting that subscribe button. If you're still here watching 52 minutes into this thing, that's awesome. I love you. You're the best. You're one of the real ones if you're still here at this point. Average view duration on these videos is like 20 minutes. So if you made it to 52, you consider yourself in the 99th percentile. You're actually the 100th percentile. So thank you for that. That is all I have for you today. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Catch you on the flip. See ya.